welcome back to another action-packed episode of Comic Confidential, the weekly podcast where we bring you the hottest comic book news?
Yeah, action?
Action? TV news too.
Well, it's more, look, we were kind of called out a little bit.
Oh, were we?
For it was called out in a 5-star review. So like I'm not too concerned. But you know that we don't actually cover a lot of comic book sort of action in itself. It's more comic book movies and TV stuff, which is, you know, it's pretty true.
Well, I guess that's pretty fair.
It's pretty true. You know, we might try to fix that in the future or something like that. But we'll say comic book movie and TV action. So as not to be confused with like an actual comic book podcast, because that's technically...
That's Levin's thing.
Yeah, that's not us. It's not what we do.
If you want like 100% comic book like podcast action, go listen to Serious Issues.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to guys talk about TV and movies, you're at the right one.
Yeah, especially if it's comic book related.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
right.
Kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm your host, Cade. And alongside me today is Troy.
That is me. We got there in the end.
You know what? It's been 2 weeks since we've actually recorded because, you know, with the magic of technology, we've been away. Well, I've been away.
We were away with the magic of technology.
And, yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. So how are you, my friend?
Oh, man, I'm good. Not as good as you because you were the one who had the holiday, so I still had to work like a slave. Well, not like a slave. That's probably insensitive.
Did you get insensitive to all the slaves out there?
Yeah, which is, you know, slavery is still a big issue in the world.
Say no to slavery.
Yeah, definitely. I had work is basically what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Yeah, so here I am. But it was like I got to have the week off the show as well, which was very, very weird. It got to Friday and I'm like, oh yeah, better get ready to go over to Cade's. I'm like, that's not actually happening, champ.
Did you tell your partner? And just like went and did your own thing for a couple of hours?
Yeah, I just went down to the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, just had a punt and a pint.
And a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? This was actually your first week off in 99 episodes. However many weeks that actually is, but since February of 2016, your first official week off. How does it feel?
It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I came I took no laptop with me. I just took the iPad.
Yeah.
And I was just, you know, trying to get some comic action into me that way.
Nice.
And I've been reading some comics lately.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you are...
any recommendations?
Any recommendations?
Get a bit of comic book talk at the top.
Yeah, at the top.
Yeah.
I read, I think, the first 4 issues. It's not issues, it's collections of The Boys.
Oh, nice.
And
The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it's an instant classic. I hear a lot of people don't like it because it's so crude.
Yeah.
It uses the C-bomb quite a lot.
Yep.
But I feel like that really talks to me.
It does.
Because I'm a giant C-bomb.
Yeah, you are, basically. Look, I've read the first 3 so far.
Okay.
And I like it too. I think it's really good.
You wait till you get to the 4th book. There's a thing called Herogasm.
Oh, my God.
And you will just... It will just top that whole comic off for
Based on some of the shit I've already seen.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Hey, we've only got 1 episode to go till episode 100.
Holy moly.
And
guess what?
What?
I'm away for it.
Yep. So we're going to be celebrating by... It's going to be 2.5 hours of me.
Yeah, I like that.
By myself. I might maybe do a call-in show so I'm not alone.
You have no idea on how to do that.
Yeah, well, you don't actually get to have a holiday. You still need to like be there and tell me how to set it all up and kind of talk me through the technology. Because I'm the talent. You're the tech. I'm the talent. You're the talent too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But like, I guess I'm just like, I'm more talent. Is that?
Are you trying to say you're more talented?
Yeah. You're
nailing it, mate. You're really showing how talented you are. So.
My whole point is that's a milestone for us. That's next week.
That is. We'll raise the bat. And you know what? I think if we don't do something special for episode 100, I know we're doing something special maybe 1 or 2 episodes after that.
We'll figure it out. We are consummate professionals here at Comic Confidential. If you're just joining us, get used to this. This is about as professional as it gets.
I'd like to think it's not that bad.
You want to get into some news?
Yeah.
Let's get into some news. I'm going to start the week this week. According to Deadline, Disney and Fox have re-entered negotiations that would see Disney take hold of 20th Century Fox, specifically its movie and TV properties. Deadline reports that the talks have begun to progress rapidly and a final deal could be imminent. Now, I know we've spoken about this recently.
Yes.
But the talks did die down. Now, apparently, like I said, according to Deadline, they have ramped back up. So there is a very, very real possibility that the movie and TV properties of 20th Century Fox could revert to Disney. What do you think?
Oh, I want to know how much money is being slid across the table.
Oh, enough.
You reckon?
Well, it's almost to the point that you're wondering whether the American government is going to step in and go, hey, no.
Yeah, I know. And that's the thing. And that's something that I've actually been reading about is that's a high possibility that they're going to come in and stop this monopolization.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is having the same issue right now with their attempted acquisition of something that has escaped my memory.
Really?
But it's another company as well. And it's it would be too much if they did it. So, what was it? No, it's gone. Oh, AT&T. Yeah, it was Warner Brothers trying to merge with AT&T, which is a massive telecommunications company in America. And basically, the American government has said, no, that company will be too big, too powerful, too much.
Well, could you imagine that? Because AT&T, from my understanding, is one of the biggest suppliers of, I guess, data and internet to the American people. And imagine they could throttle download speeds to, say, the Disney service.
Yeah.
To any service that they really want. Because if there's net neutrality, whatever it is, your net's getting neutered.
Yeah, basically.
It could be a huge concern.
Yeah, definitely. I do have a listener question. Now, there's a few things that I know they're just going to pop up here and there. So I'm just throwing listener questions.
It's keeping me on my toes.
Yeah, wherever they pop up, as they do. So with this is from Sean. So with the renegotiations of Fox and Disney, do you see Disney rebooting the X-Men franchise? Or do you think they'll leave it as it is? Or do you think they'll reboot it, include things like Deadpool, Logan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Get it all together? What do you think?
I think Deadpool will just be its own thing because it's too successful to want to reboot. And why would you really?
Well, do you think but when you look at it with the original Deadpool movie, and there was kind of in jokes at Fox for not providing more X-Men and, all that sort of stuff. That could be a pretty good sort of imagine all of the characters that could start working together in this new X universe if they did it. I don't think they're going to restart it, but they might.
I don't know. I think they'll weave them in, but just discontinue that old X-Men storyline, because we've got talks that the head honchos over at Marvel are saying that Infinity War, once this whole story arc is done, actually Avengers 4, that's it, done for that Marvel universe. Dunsties. So, what do you think of them rebooting the whole lot with X-Men in it?
Ooh.
How excited are you for your fourth Spider-Man potentially in 20 years?
Well, they're not going to get the rights to Spider-Man because that's Sony. So it's still a separate company again.
They're going to... I'm guessing that they're going to acquire them by then.
Right. Well, I was under the impression that Spider-Man Homecoming 2 was going to kick off the fourth phase, basically, after Avengers 4. So you would assume that would have nothing to do with that kid. They'll leave Tom Holland as it is.
Yeah, you would think so.
And that'll go. And if they're maybe going to do anything, maybe they'll try to go with a Miles Morales Spider-Man or something like that, while Tom Holland reverts back to Sony. If they're smart, they'll play it all together, obviously.
Surely.
As we want them to do. But look, at the end of the day, if they can make this happen, getting the X-Men not with Disney, with Marvel Studios, is a boon for everybody. Who wouldn't be happy with that?
Do you know what I want? I want a live-action X-Men TV show.
Yeah.
With the original,
okay.
With the original theme.
Oh, damn. But how about an X-Men First Class with the original cast members of I think it's X-Men. I can't remember what it's called, but it's just Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, those guys.
Yeah, right.
and it's just their original old school suits, and they're all like the first original X-Men.
Imagine that.
X-Men first team.
Yeah, that'll be great. I'm down for that.
Cool. Let's do that. Still sticking with 20th Century Fox, but Logan has been announced as one of the top 10 best films of 2017 by the National Board of Review of Motion Pictures, an accomplishment that furthers Fox's push for an Oscar. The National Board of Review also recognized Wonder Woman's accomplishments, awarding director Patty Jenkins and star Gal Gadot the 2017 Spotlight Award. Big congrats to those two movies.
Good work. I'm giving a big thumbs up.
Big thumbs up. That's really good news for Logan, which is, as you know, still at the top of my list of best movies of 2017.
Oh, that tattoo. Is it getting sketched out?
We're not quite there yet. I'm looking at things going, what could I possibly put on my body?
Are you going like, what are you thinking, full sleeve?
A full sleeve. Just straight full back.
Yeah.
Full back down onto the butt cheeks.
Yeah, nice.
Down like half leg.
You know what I want? I want a life-size Wolverine tattooed on your back.
What's he, about 5'2", 5'3"?
Yeah.
That'll work. Yeah, I could do that.
Do that.
That would be insane. No, that's probably not going to happen. Not so much for me, just so you know. It's just like my girlfriend wouldn't let me do it. Let's say that.
You're
it's
wrong.
It's not because I'm scared.
You're wrong. The girlfriend will just want the back of you all the time.
True. Especially if I get it like Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
Yeah.
Not like, yeah. No, that's probably not going to happen. But I have been looking at a couple of things just in case, because I will 100% stick to it if Star Wars The Last Jedi doesn't knock it off its perch come December 15.
Cool. I think we're going to do a live episode recording while you're getting the tattoo.
Oh, Jesus.
That's going to be amazing. I think that will be a first. That will be a podcasting first.
A podcasting first?
Yeah.
A live streaming tattoo?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know if that's content that people necessarily want to see. But
I think they do.
Okay. Well, look, I tell you what, I will 100% let you live stream it. Live stream my pain to the world. But I've just got to decide what I'm going to get.
And where you're going to get it.
And where I'm going to get it. If it's on the butt, I'm still going to live stream it. You guys are going to have to look at my butt for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So if that's what you want, call in now.
We'll put a poll in on the Comic Confidential listener community.
Yeah, okay.
Where should Troy get his tattoo?
Okay. Yes, do that, and we'll see what they come up with. Doesn't mean that's what I'm going to do, by the way, because I know you guys will vote for butt. You pervs. Now, speaking of Star Wars The Last Jedi, the runtime has been revealed, and it is a whopping 152 minutes.
That's a double P break movie.
That's a double P break movie. Now, set for release on December 15, as I said. When does a movie become too long for you?
After 2 hours.
Yeah, it starts to get a bit too much?
Yeah.
I can get about 2 hours 15 pretty comfortably.
Well, you see, a 2 hour movie also has about 30 minutes of trailers before that.
True.
So add that onto this, and this is becoming a long cinema experience.
You're in the cinema for 3 hours easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a long time. I mean, this movie in particular, there's going to be a lot of story to tell, so like no one's sad that it's going to be 2.5 hours. And I think the fact that, we did 160 odd minutes with Blade Runner 2049 this year, and I did that, no pee breaks. So,
you dehydrated yourself for a week.
So I think it's I don't think it's too bad, because I think anything shorter, like if you tried to pull this movie back to 2 hours, like say A New Hope was around 2 hours, just over 2 hours, something like that. I think there's too much story that they need to tell, because they didn't really tell a lot of story in The Force Awakens.
No, and this is really the end of this new trilogy too. So there's going to be a
middle part.
Oh, is it the middle part?
It's the middle part.
Middle part. So, they do have to set up for that final movie, I guess. So, you know what? 152 minutes. I'm still going to enjoy it, but I feel like movies that long, you enjoy a little bit more when you're at home.
Yeah, for sure. On the comfort of your own couch, and you can pause it when you need to.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, yeah. But I'm going to be there. Don't be crazy. I'm going to be right there.
Hang
front
on.
and center.
I'm going to give you a side question.
Okay.
Would you, with DC and their extended editions and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now, would you want a shorter, I guess, theater version and then a longer home version?
No.
No? You just want the one good one?
Yeah, I just want the one good one, because, that's the one that I pay the most money for.
Yeah, true.
So, you know what I mean? It's like I have to get out of my house. I have to get, human clothes on. I have to, go out and socialize with the world and pay money. And, sometimes you're paying upwards of like for two people to go to the movies now. Like if you're going like VMAX or Gold Class, it's like $50-$60. It's insane. And if I'm going to pay that money, I want the best possible version of the movie, not like a 2-hour version now, but I know it's okay because I'm going to get like a 2.5 hour long version later.
That's fair.
Just give me the best movie. What about you? Is it the same or?
I'm kind of I guess I'm in both sides of thought here because I would like good movies from the get-go, but I would still love to be able to come home and see an awesome version that I didn't see in the cinemas.
Yeah, okay. Well, see, I guess like what like iTunes Extra does. Yeah. So iTunes Extra, like as an example, like when I purchased Logan, that's how you got the noir version of Logan. So, like, yes, you can get it on Blu-ray and all that sort of stuff, but it's not something you got to see in cinemas.
Yeah.
Or it was very kind of like limited release if they actually did release it. So it does give you that, and it gives you some of those extra things that you can like go in and watch. It's the same with like Baby Driver. There's like a music mode where you can go in and watch it, and as it's playing, like it kind of explains the meaning behind the music and all that sort of stuff. And
that's cool.
Yeah, there's heaps of different things that you can get. So they kind of do that in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like with BVS, the only way you could get the Ultimate Edition was by paying for the theatrical cut of the movie itself, and then you get the Ultimate Edition. So, it's nothing more than a way for them to make more money off the one movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm not for it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The Walking Dead.
Ooh,
my favorite show of the year so far.
Have you got your shit and pants on, Troy? We're going to PP City, baby.
First of all, I just want to throw this out there. Holy shit, this season has been fucking boring.
Yeah, I'm going to give you that.
Yeah, it is like a drain on my soul.
Hey, wait, we got to see a helicopter this season. That's the most exciting thing.
I completely forgot about that.
Because it was like a 2-second scene.
Well, it's not just that. Like, I was dead set. I sat down and I was watching it, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably clean up the kitchen while I watch this. And I got up and I started like, moving around and doing things, and that's where I'm at with this show right now.
Wow.
It really isn't capturing my attention. I know there's a lot of you out there that feel the same way, but I also know there's a lot of diehard fans for the show as well. I'm hoping it turns around towards the latter end of the season, but it
kind of has to, really, doesn't it?
It does. It needs to.
It's losing viewers.
If this season continues as it is, I'm done with The Walking Dead. Like, I honestly don't care what happens next.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the whole reason we're talking about this is because The Walking Dead's Morgan has officially been revealed as the character who will be crossing over onto Fear the Walking Dead, allowing the two worlds to collide, as revealed at the Walking Dead panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Is this a good move, Morgan? Is this the character that you'd go with?
No.
Yeah, I mean, this is a character that's gone from like normal dude, completely delusional, batshit crazy, to like a keto master.
Yeah, kind of. And it's kind of like holistic, but just badass again. My money would have been on putting Daryl as the crossover character.
Daryl or Merle.
Yeah.
Pre them meeting, Rick and the crew and all that sort of stuff. That would at least be interesting. And all you got to do is give Norman Reedus a fucking haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'd be fine.
I can see why they've gone Morgan, because he did have that extended period of time where he kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But, man, missed opportunity.
Oh, it just doesn't seem like I mean, let me know, you guys out there. I mean, you guys are the ones that that get into it. I get into it, but I mean, you guys are like passionate and all that sort of stuff. Let me know, is Morgan the guy that you would throw out there? Because to me, it just seems like a boring character.
Oh, you know who they should have done?
Who?
Early Glenn.
Oh, Early Glenn.
That would have been amazing. Early Glenn.
What about pre-King Ezekiel?
Oh, I like that too.
That could work.
Yeah.
So many different things they could have gone with, and they chose Morgan. That's fine. I mean,
you know what?
James is
I'm sure I'm going to like it.
Probably. I don't really... I haven't quite finished the Fear the Walking Dead season yet.
Yeah. What do you think of it? It's better, isn't it?
It's better than it was, but it's still dragging.
It's
my
better
soul.
than The Walking Dead.
It is better than The Walking Dead at the moment. I will give it that. We're going to finish on a high note.
Okay.
With the
Are
most
we blazing?
We're blazing. With the most downloaded trailer in 24 hours in the history of downloaded trailers. At long last, Marvel have released their much anticipated trailer to their even more anticipated, if that makes sense, upcoming entry into the MCU, Avengers Infinity War. On a scale of 1 to 10, your head's on the ground. It's rolling around. It's been blown completely off. How blown was your mind, I guess?
Pretty blown.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty blown.
Pretty blown. It was like...
Mildly blown.
Mildly blown. Like, it disrupted my hair.
Okay.
And I was like, you bloody trailer, you. This was cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanos is now pink.
Well, yeah. Look, I don't know if that's actual pink or
he
if
looks
it's
pretty
just,
pink.
I don't know if he's finished yet, which I don't like to say because if you're gonna release it, you know, like they didn't want to release the Comic-Con version because it wasn't ready or whatever, and they just wanted that for the fans. So you would think that there should be final form Thanos, but he's gone pink.
He's gone pink.
That's
Maybe
true.
he's blushing.
He might be.
He's like, oh, you guys.
Maybe he changes color. Like it's like the more he holds his breath, the more purple he gets.
You know what? I think
He's like angry.
I think you're pretty right.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? He could be like the Hulk. The angrier he gets, the more purple he gets.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's just like, he's amused. He's pink.
Yeah, he's just pink.
Yeah.
He's like, just gotten to Earth. He's like, oh, what's going to happen? I'll just keep my pink form. And then it's like, oh, shit, I'm being attacked now. Like, I just came here. Like, is this how you treat your visitors?
Wow. I got promised cocktails and pools. All I'm getting is dickhead Tony Stark's attacking me.
Yeah, and punches in the dick. And this is the thanks I get for coming to visit your goddamn planet.
Wow. Yeah. I was cashed up, ready to inject some money into your city, and this is what I get?
Yeah.
Wow.
So rude.
So rude.
So rude, Earth. Anyway, back on track. I fucking loved it, man. And I watched it initially. I watched it I started on my phone.
Oh, rookie error.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed my iPad.
Are you like graduating to the TV?
And then like I watched it a couple of times, but it wasn't until I actually airplayed it onto the TV that I went, fuck yeah, that's actually quite spectacular.
Yeah.
Didn't make me cry like Kevin Smith. That dude.
Oh, no, he didn't.
He did.
What?
He
what is there to
set.
cry about?
I don't know. I mean, look, he's a very emotional and passionate man. And,
that guy smokes too much weed.
I think that's what it is. It's like it's a weed cry.
Yeah, a weed cry.
It's just a weed cry. He's at the point where he just can't stop like tears coming out of his eyes because he smokes so much weed. But yeah, he did. He's
not crying. He just has conjunctivitis.
But yes, it made him cry. So I didn't cry, but I will tell you what. Once I put it on the TV and I had it going loud, I did get some goosebumps. Yeah,
fair enough.
That's me.
Now you know what I see in this trailer that we got a little bit of a glimpse at Peter Parker's Spidey sense.
Yes. Yep.
That might be the slowest Spidey sense I've ever seen because your phones would be going mental if a giant spaceship came back down into New York City.
Yeah, but you don't know the situation.
It's a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, but like he had his head down. It could be a situation where maybe like it only just appeared. Like it like literally had like just appeared and then his arm hairs went up and he was the first one to look up and then everyone noticed it. Now all it's doing is just saying, hey, there's like a little bit of precognition here. Like,
I like it though.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's a good, simple, effective way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could also just turn your head to the right and see the same thing.
Yeah. Now, do you think the spaceship came from space or do you think it kind of just...
like a spaceship?
Yeah, like a spaceship?
Yeah.
Or is this a transform ship that just showed up there? Teleported there?
Yeah, I think it's more that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's like going to be a slow, descend and then just park. I think it'll just be like a very much come out of like a portal and boom. Right.
See,
there.
I'm in two minds, and here's a spoiler warning for Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, okay. I think it's been time.
You think it's been time?
I think so.
Good.
Just if you haven't,
switch off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, Thor and I guess the Asgardians are on a slow ship to Earth.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of predicting this thing has come from the atmosphere.
Okay.
Because I guess if... And we're guessing that was Thanos' ship at the end of...
Or
Thor
at least
Ragnarok.
one of them.
Or at least one of them. Surely that came from space.
Yeah.
Came from the skies above, Troy.
It did. Because this is the thing, like, Thanos is just one man. He's kind of like Santa Claus in the sense that he can't really be all over the world delivering toys at once, so he actually has people doing it for him. That's a little secret about Santa Claus that you probably didn't know.
Wow.
Yep. He's got, like, minions that do it for him. So I've been told. That's what my mom tells me. But it's, it's the same sort of thing. So he actually has, the Black Order, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's got those 4 guys. And then, they've got people kind of like minions and whatnot that he sends out left, right, and center, kind of just scouring the place, seeing if it's ready to go and doing some of the dirty work for him.
Yeah.
And then he just rocks up at the end and takes all the glory.
Like upper management.
Yeah, like upper management. Yeah,
nice.
He's upper management. But yeah, so, it is a situation where, like, that ship that we saw at the end of Thor Ragnarok might necessarily be his ship in particular.
Yeah.
Could just be a scout ship. Could be like a troop carrier.
That's a scout ship, man.
It's a fucking huge scout ship.
That's a fucking huge ship, man.
I know. But yeah, there was so much cool shit.
Who else have we got? We got to see the Hulk and Bruce Banner.
Yep.
Now, I've got some theories.
Okay.
I reckon we see the Hulkbuster jumping around.
Yeah.
And I reckon it's kind of jumping like the Hulk jumps.
Yeah. See, I did see you come up with this theory. And I have to, like, I can only try to counter-argue the theory in the sense that I don't think the Hulk putting on a Hulkbuster suit would make the Hulk any more powerful than the Hulk just hulking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I kind of think maybe he's already gone up against Thanos and he's like a little bit weakened.
Okay.
So he kind of needs this Hulkbuster to just like keep him going for a little bit.
Maybe. I did like someone else's theory that it could possibly be Bruce Banner using the Hulkbuster suit because he can't actually Hulk out yet.
Yeah, that was a really good theory.
I did like that theory.
That's very good.
I had the theory that it could be Natasha, and then you've got Natasha and the Hulk like going side by side, Hulkbuster and the Hulk like as a couple.
Oh yeah,
like
that's pretty cute.
Yeah.
That's a Funko set waiting to be released, isn't it?
It's like romantic Hulkbuster and Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be weird. But I'd buy it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Me too.
You see Cap. Cap's back. He's got the beard happening.
Oh, how sexy is he?
Very sexy. He's dressed in black.
Ooh.
We see Human Vision.
Human Vision. What's going on there? What about Scarlet Witch in the bed while he's looking out the window?
Sexy time. As soon as he turns human, it's like, let's do this, baby.
Let's go.
I don't know how long we've got, but let's make it happen.
How's that going to work?
Well, he's the human.
Is he going to fill her with nanobots?
Oh, come on, man.
That's disgusting.
Keep it clean. What else have we got?
Probably.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
He
lost his gloves.
He did.
I'm pretty disappointed.
Well, he might put them on later. You never know.
Well, you know what? I'm happy. It means he's not self-conscious about his busted-ass hands anymore.
Well, that's true. That's true. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
I guess like we kind of see that they're still separated from the events in Civil War.
Yep.
So you can still see Tony and Cap have gone their separate ways. Cap's still in Wakanda. He's still got Bucky. You do, spoiler alert, see Bucky's new arm. Which actually brings me to a listener question, if I can just jump in.
Wow, listener questions all over the place.
Oh, they're all over the place. And I'm throwing them out there because I knew we were going to talk about a couple of things. So this is actually from, I've just got to find it. This is from a Daniel Valentine. Did the Infinity War trailer give away too much? So specifically around Black Panther, as we have seen Winter Soldier with a new arm, as well as the Wakandans fighting side by side with Cap and Hulk.
Yes.
So now this is going to take place after Black Panther.
Which is why I'm so surprised they showed so much, I guess, of Wakanda.
Yeah, because it's almost like now that the events that happen in Black Panther don't matter.
Exactly.
Because we know that everybody is kind of going to be okay.
Yeah.
Now, we probably already knew that anyway. It's not like they were going to, kill off the Black Panther or anything like that. But, it kind of lowers the stakes for Black Panther in the sense of, like, we've seen it. We get it.
Yeah.
But it also depends on when that was set. So it depends on how they set Black Panther in the whole timeline.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So
but they...
It kind of seems like it's set immediately after he leaves the events of Civil War.
Yeah.
So rather than, it's probably in between the time of him going home and Cap turning up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It can't be set after Infinity War because they would have to reference, remember the big pink guy that came out of the sky?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's troublesome, but I think the only way we'll get away with it is the setting of Black Panther, which I think will happen before the events of Cap even arriving in Wakanda.
Now, do you think the Soul Stone is in Wakanda?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
I still go with the theory that the Soul Stone is within Heimdall.
Okay.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is.
That's cool.
Up his butt. Who knows?
Wow.
I know I went there. I there's a theory that the Soul Gem is with Heimdall.
Yeah.
I ship that theory.
You ship it?
Yeah, I ship it.
Wow.
Why are they in Wakanda? Why not? They know like how sort of, it's a place that's never been defeated. It's never been overrun. It's never been occupied by anybody else other than Wakandans.
Yeah, very cool.
So maybe it's like, let's get here. Let's
in
take
one
these dudes
Ulysses
out.
claw.
Yeah, well, that too. But let's take this place out before they get a chance to retaliate. You know?
Okay.
What I mean?
Maybe. I think it's there because I think that's how Black Panther gets his abilities.
Yeah. Now let's talk about Thanos for a sec.
Okay.
Because there's kind of, if you watch it closely enough, there's two Thanoses in this, and there's kind of like very unpolished pink Thanos, and then there is very, very detailed, beautiful looking Thanos a little bit later.
Yes, indeed.
Now,
where he's like a little bit smirky.
Yeah, he's like where it's him actually talking,
Yep.
sort of as he's putting the gems into his glove.
Very Salt Bay.
Oh, very Salt Bay. It looks amazing at that point, but yes, it does look a little bit unpolished a little bit earlier.
Do you think they're gonna turn him purple and give him back the weird glowy eyes that he seemed to have in every previous version?
I don't know. I would wonder if they're going to give him a helmet at some point, like he's going to put that on.
You see, it's come out that he doesn't need his armor anymore because he has Infinity Stones that protect him.
Right. But he doesn't have them initially, does he?
Well, we'll find out, mate.
So it brings me to another listener question while I'm at it. This is from Phil. Thoughts on the CGI of Thanos? And this is a little bit triggerish.
Oh, okay.
And is it worse or as bad as Steppenwolf from Justice League?
It's different.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Thanos is way better.
Look, the polished Thanos that you see looks amazing.
Yeah.
CGI Steppenwolf looked like you were looking at somebody that was just CGI. It's like they hadn't tried to mold it to anybody's face, as we spoke about when we spoke about Justice League. Yes, initial Thanos when you first see him, probably not as good. But, that was the finished product for Justice League, or what we know of the finished product.
That's right.
This is still just the first trailer, so we don't know what's going to happen between now and then.
Hold your bloody judgment, mate.
So hold your judgment. But I liked it, man. I thought he looked great.
Yeah, same.
I didn't mind at all. Anything else you want to talk about with the Infinity War trailer?
Have you seen now this isn't related to the trailer, but have you seen Hawkeye's new haircut?
I have.
Man, what do you think?
I think it's pretty fly.
Hot or not?
Hot.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, I'd give it hot. Interesting enough that he's not in the trailer.
Well, you see, some eagle-eyed viewers of the trailer have said he's at the back in one of the Wakanda scenes.
How?
Mate, I don't know.
What are you people doing with your time?
Well, there is a guy that looks like he has a fuckboy haircut at the back.
Oh, come on, man. So he's going from Hawkeye to fuckboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's, as long as he's good with an arrow, that's all that matters. For this week's main segment, prepare to get punished, but in a good way, like a sexy way.
Like pleasure?
Yeah, pleasured. Don't get prepared to get pleasured. Prepare to get punished as we wrap up the entire first season of The Punisher, the 7th and latest entry into the Marvel Netflix universe. With Jon Bernthal's Frank Castle back in action, we binged all 13 episodes to find out whether The Punisher's first solo series is Daredevil good, Iron Fist shit, or somewhere in the middle like Defenders maybe. Maybe.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones is probably more on the good side, I would say. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Hit us with a show synopsis for The Punisher, my friend.
After the murder of his family, Marine veteran Frank Castle becomes a vigilante known as The Punisher, with only one goal in mind: to avenge them.
Not necessarily, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Now, this obviously had Jon Bernthal as Frank Castle, Amber Rose Reva as Dina Madani, Eben Moss Bachrach as David Lieberman or Micro, and Ben Barnes as Billy Russo. Now, critically, a little bit hit and miss.
Now, this actually surprises me.
Yeah, so a little bit more sort of pro with the fans, no with the critics. Hey, pro or no? Maybe we could do that instead of rate or hate. No, I like rate or hate. So anyway, IMDb gives it a 9.1, which is more sort of, fan service. That's like the people.
Well, you see, that rating can also come out months before this TV show is released.
So bullshit.
I hate it.
It's so bullshit. Never believe anything you read on IMDb, my friends. But it is rated at 9.1. Rotten Tomatoes sits it at 61% fresh.
Now, you know what? That makes it 1% into the fresh.
Yeah.
Any lower and it would have been rotten.
Yeah, which is bizarre. But it does have, and this is the difference, it does have a Rotten Tomatoes user rating of 94%.
Now, you know what? That rating from I guess, the users, you probably find that is generally the same on any movie that's released based on a comic book.
Probably. I mean, most of us kind of get more into it than... and like we'll talk about it a little bit later, but the reasons why the critics were being so harsh on it, some of it's not fair. Some of it is probably, fair. It's kind of more a victim of the time it was released than anything.
Oh.
And the political landscape and all that sort of stuff. Metacritic gives it a score of 54%, which is round about the middle.
Quick math.
All right. All right, so let's get into a quick non-spoilery discussion because we know there are some people that probably haven't been able to finish all 13 episodes yet. So we want them to know whether they should watch it if they haven't started. So what do you think?
This is one series from Netflix that I feel kind of falls right in that middle zone.
Okay.
I had to binge the shit out of this to be able to talk about it today because I had, 2.5 days to watch it, I think?
2.5 days, yeah.
So this is all very fresh to me, but I would think I would have enjoyed this maybe watching 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah.
It's not very binge-worthy, but in saying that, every episode kind of ends on that like super high note that just makes you want to go, yes, I'll continue watching Netflix.
Yeah. So I guess as someone who watched it over the course of kind of like 2 weeks or whatever it's been, 2 weeks or a week and a half or something?
Something like that.
Whatever it is. It doesn't matter. As someone who's watched it a little bit longer, taking their time, I probably would have preferred to binge it.
Oh, really?
Because you kind of go back and you're like, what actually happened in the last episode? And of course, with the Netflix shows, they don't give you the previously on The Punisher or anything like that. Like, there's nothing. So you're kind of left with your own, like, to your own devices, kind of trying to remember what actually happened. Because sometimes over the course of 50 minutes, not a lot happens.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, it is probably something better served to binge, in my opinion anyway, but that's just how I would have preferred to watch it. Obviously different for you.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I kind of found like the story really wavered a bit over this season. I was so surprised to find out this was 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Because when you said, you're going to be able to watch The Punisher, I was like, no worries, mate. Got this easy.
Thinking it was 8, like The Defenders, yeah.
Unfortunately, no, it was 13. And the story kind of got a little bit lost in some areas, I felt. And that's just because some episodes did go a little bit slow. Shows like this kind of need 3 areas to focus on.
Yeah.
Kind of like maybe the first 4 episodes, they tackle this issue. The next 4, they tackle that. And the last 5, they really bring it home.
They sort of tried to do that with this. Like with the first initial, there was the overarching story that lasted throughout the whole season. And then they had the kind of the without giving too much away, the PTSD Marine, and then flowing into like the main villain of the season and all that sort of stuff. So they kind of tried to separate it a bit, but
yeah, but the whole PTSD Marine guy, that storyline could have been completely left out of this, I feel.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I have no idea why they even put it in there. Yeah, the only reason is to give Karen Page something to do.
Exactly the note that I wrote down when I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, realistically, this story only serves to give Frank a reason to interact with Karen Page for some reason. And that's dead set what I thought. because it wasn't necessary. I think to give some quick, brief overall thoughts, I actually thought that the show was well written. I thought it was very well written, and I thought it was brilliantly acted. The performances were great, and it was bolstered by a really good supporting cast and all that sort of stuff. Especially with Ben Barnes as Billy Russo and Eben Moss Backrack. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's something like that. Micro and all that sort of stuff. David Lieberman. So it was really bolstered by that. Great performances, good storytelling. The pacing wasn't as bad as the last 3 shows have been. So Defenders, Iron Fist, Luke Cage for sure. So I would put it right up there. And I had a good time. It just wasn't what I was expecting at all.
I kind of expected... Now, this is going to sound weird. I kind of thought there would be a lot more killing going on.
Yeah.
Considering it's the Punisher. And, there actually is a fair bit of killing going on. But when you kind of read, I guess, the synopsis of this, you're expecting a fair bit more. And the trailer sold me on a different narrative to what I got.
Yeah, for sure. I guess the biggest thing for this is a story where the Punisher is already an established character.
Yep.
So the Punisher was established in Daredevil Season 2. So by the end of Daredevil Season 2, he had already become the Punisher. Let me tell you, without giving too much away, that doesn't last much longer into this season.
No.
So this should be called Frank Castle rather than the Punisher.
Exactly.
Or Pete Castellani or whatever, rather than the Punisher, because it actually takes quite some time to get us to where we want to be, without going into spoiler territory, I guess. And they focus more on this, this other Marine, Lewis, and his kind of issues with PTSD and his sort of, basically how he turns from, I guess I can't really go too much into it, but it's more the effects of war on these other people and how Frank is kind of interacting on the outside in.
Yeah.
And then it kind of becomes more about Frank as it goes along.
I'll agree 100% with that.
Yeah, it's not what I expected. I expected like a season of an established Punisher.
Yeah.
And when we go into spoiler territory, I'll tell you what I would want for the show. Mm-hmm. I can't really do that now without giving too much away. I will tell you this, I do rate it for sure. And I would probably put it right up there with... I think him in Daredevil Season 2, I probably enjoyed more than in the first half of Daredevil Season 2 than in the entire series of The Punisher.
I'm going to give you that, and I agree with you 100%. I'm going to rate it, but I'm going to rate it like the first half of Luke Cage.
Yeah. I enjoyed the whole thing, don't get me wrong. Like I said, as far as the pacing goes, this doesn't have the issues that the other ones that the last 3 have had, and it's definitely right up there. I would probably put it somewhere, maybe, between... It's still Daredevil Season 1, for sure. But I would put it up there with the Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I'll kind of go with that.
Yeah, cool. So do you want to get into spoilers so we can, really get into it?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Now, my biggest problem, right, if I can just get straight into problems, and I don't want to be negative or anything like that. This isn't about, picking the negatives. I just think they kind of missed an opportunity.
Okay.
This whole season should have been Frank as the Punisher, punishing the people who killed his family.
Yes.
Right? Then midway through, or however, he already meets Micro and all that sort of stuff, and he's helping him along the way. There's still this conspiracy, and you can still have the Homeland storyline to a lesser extent and all that sort of stuff. But it basically culminates in him finding out that William Rowlands and Billy Russo are the masterminds behind this whole thing. And then you can still have the same ending that you have. But this is a guy who is already the Punisher. Within 2 minutes of the first episode, he's done.
Yeah.
He's killed all the people that he thinks are responsible for the murder of his family, and he's kind of just trying to live a normal life and can't.
Absolutely.
And then, the story, as it progresses, it kind of humanizes him more and more and more to the point that you're like, hang on a second, this is actually trying to take him away from being the Punisher.
Absolutely. And that's what I thought the first 4-5 episodes of this series really did, is that they stripped him down to be this absolutely defeated guy.
Yep.
For him to only find, I guess, a new war for him to go up against.
A new purpose, yeah. But it just didn't serve him, and they wasted this whole first half of the season concentrating on Lewis.
Yep.
And, you know, the whole, we've been to war and we're suffering from PTSD, and let's go to meetings. Meetings are the new boardrooms almost.
Yep.
And, you know, it's like, you know, you've got Curtis as a side character who was great. And, you know, like you get that, like, Frank needs somebody that he can confide in and all that sort of stuff. Realistically, like, that should probably just be Micro. But, you know, fine, they've got to establish that friendship. But we don't need that. And again, it's kind of just serving Karen Page. It really is, because after that, she kind of disappears. Like, she does nothing after that is done. At all. It's all over. Almost. Like, she, a little bit, I think, towards, like, maybe a little bit towards the end. Maybe she doesn't even. I don't think she comes back.
No, as soon as the PTSD guy blows himself up, she's done.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, what was the point of any of that? Because we immediately switch to the fact that we're chasing Agent Orange.
Yes.
And Agent Orange is Rawlins, and then we slowly get the twist that, you know, guess what? Billy Russo's a bad dude. Yeah, cool. We didn't see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was my problem, man. Like, it should have been an established Punisher. Punishing the shit out of people, and then finally culminating in him having to have this, like, heartbreaking showdown with his best friend.
Exactly. That would have been amazing. And, like, they could have done it in so many different ways. It would have been great if he, like, started off with petty criminals who he knew were connected and, like, goes up the ladder.
Yeah, and the further up the ladder he goes, that's when he meets Micro.
Yes.
When it starts to get to a point where it's like, holy shit, like, this goes deeper than I thought it went, then it's kind of like, okay, well, now we get to see who is actually pulling the strings and who's in control. But, you know, that's all I want to talk about as far as, like, real negatives go, is that I think they missed the boat with the story, and they kind of wasted too many episodes just focusing on things they didn't need to focus on.
Okay. One of the things that
Episode 10, before we got to see him back in the Punisher suit, when he was already established as the Punisher at the start of the show. It was very frustrating.
It was very frustrating.
Sorry.
One of the things that I really had an issue was it kind of has this Arrowverse effect. Where he's only as skilled as the scenario needs him to be.
Okay.
In the sense that he could go up against poorly trained, I guess, bodyguards, but also supreme level Marines.
Yeah.
And kind of be challenged by both. Now, not to say that, like, people shooting guns at you, one's going to be easier than the other.
Yeah.
But if you are the Punisher, it's kind of going to be that way.
I guess, I do agree to an extent, because I kind of got the feeling it's like, holy shit, he just got shot again.
I know. How many times did this guy get shot?
And I know, like, I appreciate the realism. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know,
is there realism? He seems to recover from these bullets very fucking quickly.
Yeah. The whole thing with the Punisher, though, is that he has this unbreakable will.
Yes.
And the will is unbreakable because he's solely focused on this one mission, and that's to punish. To punish criminals. And, you know, once, even though he had kind of killed all the people responsible for his family's death, he still wanted to punish people, punish the bad guys, make sure they never got a chance to do it again. When he puts them down, they stay down, that sort of thing. But this is kind of a point, like, you know, where I can appreciate that, because that's just kind of trying to play off this iron will that the Punisher has. But it's kind of to a point that he was almost at a tactical disadvantage in every single scenario that he went into.
Yeah, absolutely. I am 100% surprised there is no night nurse. Out of all the shows to have a night nurse in, this would be it, mate.
It's like, it's kind of him patching himself up, or kind of Lieberman patching him up. Randomly towards the end, we get, like, a doctor in Madani's dad who, like, we haven't seen all season, and then they pull him out in episode 12, I think it was, or something like that, right towards the end, and it's kind of like, oh, hey, we need, like, a really experienced surgeon. But yeah, why do we need a Karen Page? Let's get a get a night nurse.
I'm actually going on the record and saying, let's get night nurse.
Well, she's not night nurse, but she's Claire Temple.
Claire Temple. She's night nurse, mate. She's bloody night nurse.
Yeah, I guess, like, I was frustrated a little bit as well with the kind of the incessant pushing of a romance between Karen Page and Frank Castle.
Yes.
And like, I think the actress Deborah Ann Wolfe has come out and said, that you can't rule out a relationship between the two later on down the track.
Fuck off. Karen Page, you did not want to be with Matt Murdock because he was hitting people in the fucking streets.
Yeah, it's strange.
You double standard nasty woman.
Yeah, look, I've gone on the record as saying I'm not a massive fan of Karen Page.
No one is, mate.
Comic book character, different.
Yeah,
different. But this version I'm not impressed with.
Anytime she's on screen, she's got like I'm crying face.
She's got I'm so disappointed in you face.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so holier than thou because I would never do that. But I can't believe you just did that thing that I'm judging you for right now. And I'm not going to stop judging you for it, even though you're giving me valid reasons as to why you did it. Like, as an example, I actually wrote down an example. She was, like, basically berating the shit out of her editor for, like, burying a story because he was under pressure from agents from the CIA. And, it was a story that could, eventually lead to people potentially getting hurt or killed. Yeah. And she's like, I can't believe you did that. And she's just looking at him like, who the fuck are you? Like, you just slapped Jesus or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, no.
Damn.
Anyway, look. No more negatives.
Okay, no more
negatives. Let's talk about some positive things, because there were a lot of positive things.
Yes.
The action when it came was fantastic.
Absolutely.
I cannot praise Jon Bernthal's performance enough. While it wasn't necessarily the Punisher that I wanted.
Wait.
His Frank Castle, he humanized him.
You know what he brought?
What?
He brought the Rocky into the Punisher. And that's all I could think of was when he was in nearly any battle scene. He's like, come on!
Yeah. Like, I really liked him. Like, I thought he was great. He brought a complexity to the character that you mightn't have known was there. Especially depending on what you've read with the Punisher as well. Because, like, one of the things that I've read the most of, I've completed the run of Punisher Max, which is kind of a very... like, return to the roots of, like, Frank is an older Punisher and he's been doing it for a long time, and it's just down to the to the nitty gritty. There's some bad dudes, I'm gonna fucking kill them, and that's kind of all it is. And it's just, this is the Punisher. There are no superheroes in the Punisher Max world. They're just bad dudes, and he puts them down.
Yeah, nice.
And so when you read that, and that's kind of like the main thing that you've read, there is a lot of talking from this character that doesn't come from the comic book character necessarily. But when you're doing 13 episodes, you kind of got to do that.
Well, that's right.
So, yeah, I did appreciate what he brought to the role, even though it wasn't necessarily what, like, I thought. I kind of think of it like you would think of it like a Punisher year one, except he's immediately not the Punisher anymore.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how does Micro compare from this TV show to the comics? Because, admittedly, I have not read many Punisher comics.
He's the Punisher's right-hand man, right? He's the tech guy. He's the guy that, he basically helps him finance his missions. They basically, like, he's the guy that provides him with the tech that he needs.
Yep.
He's the guy that helps him get the guns and the money and all this sort of stuff to be able to do what he does. They have a very close relationship, and to the point where, again, in the Punisher Max series, spoiler alert if you haven't read it, but
does he kiss his wife in the comics?
Not that I saw, no. But what does happen is Micro actually has to turn on Frank for whatever reason. It doesn't matter why. I'm not going to get into, like, details or anything like that. And actually becomes his most deadly enemy because he knows him so well.
Oh,
and
cool.
Kind of knows his next move and stuff like that. And even though he's just a nerdy fat tech dude, he still puts it on the Punisher.
Good on him.
So we've got a much more good-looking Punisher. Micro, that's for sure. Way more TV nice.
Apparently very well endowed.
Apparently hung like a moose.
Hung like a moose. Now, this is a plot hole that I got straight away. He was tied up naked.
He was tied up naked.
Yeah. It's like, mate, you do not need to talk about this.
Yeah, like, Frank has seen your dick.
Yeah. Come on, mate.
He literally probably tied it in a knot in the rope to keep you on the fucking chair if it is moose hung.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that was weird. I noticed that as well.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, dude, that he's seen you naked.
Yeah, I was just like, this is not needed at all.
It was weird. It was very weird. But look, I did like the fact that they made him kind of. They showed that he couldn't stand toe to toe with the Punisher.
Yeah.
Like he was, getting slapped around and all that
Well,
stuff. But he was smart enough
He was smart.
to outwit him, which I thought was pretty good.
Do you think the real Punisher would fall for that shit? That's basic.
Probably.
That's pretty basic, bitch.
Well, it's not because like it took him like hours and hours and hours and hours to get Frank trained into the same routine. And that's kind of what he was saying. He's like, you're a creature of habit. And they just keep doing the same thing. Then he changes it up, stabs him, bus. He's out. I liked it. I
liked it, but I don't buy it.
All right. One thing I did, this is a problem. I don't want to go back to problems. I don't know if you had this, though, but it was very hard to differentiate Frank Castle from Dick Headshane from The Walking Dead sometimes.
Yes.
Especially early on where he was being like a real nutter. I kept thinking, it's like, man, this is like either this is Jon Bernthal as a real human being.
Yeah, like he's a real dickhead.
Like. Or he's really tapping into Dickhead Shane.
Yeah. That was really hard to separate. I will stand with you on that, my friend.
Now let's talk about the reveal of Billy Russo as Jigsaw. One of the Punisher's main villains, we'll say. One of the Punisher's main villains. You've seen Punisher Warzone. They did a version of Jigsaw in that. It was very cartoonish, but that's what Punisher Warzone was supposed to be. So I'm hoping this continues on. So this will be Ben Barnes. He's a pretty boy. He kind of like, really looks after himself and he cares about all that.
Do you think he was as pretty as they were making him out to be?
Oh man, I've seen some stuff on Twitter, man. Like women love this dude.
Oh,
and I thought he was handsome. Like I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, yeah, it's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
It's like if I was gonna look like a dude, I'd want to look like him. Why not? Look how handsome he is.
Fair enough. He looked like he stepped off a One Direction stage.
I do like the fact, though, that even though he looked like that, you never for a second, like when he turned it on, like you never for a second didn't believe that he couldn't stand toe to toe with the Punisher. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like he definitely, when he got that sort of look in his eye or on his face.
He had that glint.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's kind of like,
I've got you now.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck shit up right now.
Yeah.
So I thought he was great. It's another, like the casting in this was really good. I just think it lost a little bit with what it should have focused on ultimately, but I thought that like the actual casting was brilliant.
Do you think this would have, I guess, been enhanced if we had, like, say, Misty Knight?
No.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think this isn't the show to do it.
Yeah.
Because the Punisher is not a again, it depends on the Punisher that you watch or read. Sorry, but he's not really so much a team up guy. He's kind of like a one man army. That's kind of the whole point of the Punisher. So it's not like a
And I guess this is really out of her jurisdiction.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's all in New York.
Yeah.
Which I'm interested to see how they try to play this off Infinity War in the Netflix universe, if they do. Because you see they're back in Manhattan and they're fucking shit up in Manhattan. And what's Luke Cage and Daredevil and the Punisher? What are they all doing?
What's Doctor Strange? What's Spider-Boy?
Spider-Boy.
That microphone's no good today.
I think I just dropped out again.
Yeah.
My apologies for the technical difficulties we seem to be having.
It's that they weren't warmed up over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
So anything else that you want to talk about? There's a couple of... Oh, look, I will say this.
Okay.
The death scene of Rawlins was some pretty violent shit. Some of the more violent stuff I've seen. Like, you think Game of Thrones is violent.
Yeah, right.
This was kind of like, it was a bit of an homage to Game of Thrones with the eye popping out.
Yeah.
But there was like dead set, like where he's just stabbing the shit out of him, like prison shank. Like I thought it was almost to the point that it was hard to watch. But I thought it was great.
Wow.
Because it's kind of like
you're soft.
Well, no, but you
You're
realize...
soft, Troy.
You realize why it's happening in the sense of like he's finally getting his hands on the people or on the person who essentially ordered the execution of his family. Yeah. So you get that, and you get the reason why it's so violent and so kind of like intimate almost. With the eye popping.
It was pretty sexy.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. So that was cool. Oh, and the other part. It's where he first actually, where he's got him in his scopes and he's up against the window And he's like 1 batch, 2 batch, then he pulls a trigger and it just hits right in the thing, and then it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the episode just ends and you're like, holy shit.
You know what? You just stole my kick-ass standout moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow. Take my shine from me, Troy.
I am so sorry, my friend. What about the final battle, the final fight scene on the merry-go-round? It was weird that it was on a merry-go-round.
Oh, man. You know what? Those merry-go-round flashbacks that we got in Daredevil Season 2, that really gave me the shits, and I was so fucking disappointed that they came back for this.
Well, that's the scene of the crime, man.
I don't care, man. I do not care about that.
Fair enough. The whole reason why he became who he is.
Yeah.
Is just like,
no. Well, no, it's just that area.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole roundabout scene was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was genuinely shocked that he just turned around and killed that. I thought he killed that girl.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
Madani.
Yeah.
But it was like I was taken out of the whole thing when she showed up just to be kind of just used as a distraction.
Yeah.
To instantly get shot and taken out of the picture, and it's kind of like, that gives Frankie's chance.
Yes.
Like, that whole plot point of her turning up was based purely on her just being a distraction for a second. And it's kind of like, no.
And he didn't even take the opportunity.
And again, like, this is a situation where at every single turn during that whole encounter, he was at a tactical disadvantage, and that's not very Punisher-like.
Exactly.
He went into it very unprepared.
On the back foot, mate. Now, why did she rock up in heels, mate?
I don't know.
You hear her walking around, they're tipping and tapping everywhere. I was just like,
I don't know.
What is this, Jurassic Park, mate?
Well, I think she said freeze or something anyway. Like, so she gave him an opportunity to hear her and turn around and shoot her straight in the head. But it's kind of like, yeah, you could just shoot him, dude.
Yeah, just do it.
Anyway, I didn't really get into the old Homeland Security side of things as well.
Yeah, not for me. Troy, tell me your kick-ass moment.
Look, my kick-ass moment was either that end fight scene, which I thought was pretty good, when he first redons the Punisher outfit and he's taking out that whole the whole army that comes after him, basically. That whole sequence was pretty good. But I'll also give it to the first flashback to Kandahar, where you actually see him like first kind of lose his shit, where he sort of, storms that compound solo by himself.
Yeah.
And it's just like him clearing out an entire house.
That was pretty good.
That was like next level, kind of like, oh, okay, this is what we're in for. And then we weren't for ages, and then it came back.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you my number 2 kick-ass moment, since you stole the thunder from me, Troy.
I'm so sorry.
It is when he's out in the wilderness finding his old comrade.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets shot with the bow, but then all the tactical guys come in, try to eliminate him. That was badass.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Except I don't know why they were kind of in like, I don't know if you noticed
bright
what
white?
they were wearing. It wasn't bright white, but it was like, it was light.
Yeah.
And they had like fluoro green on it.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know.
That's no good.
That's not good.
What are you, hiding in a highlighter factory?
Yeah, I don't know much about being overly tactical.
Yeah.
But I don't think fluoro green's the color.
No.
Anyway.
Crazy Easter eggs, Troy.
Easter egg time. Basically, look, William Rollins is a character pretty much pulled straight out of the Punisher Max series.
Lovely.
Blind Eye and all. There's a part where I think it's sort of, I can't remember exactly where he says it, but Micro says, "Welcome back, Frank," which is basically a direct homage to the Welcome Back, Frank storyline by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. That's essentially where they tried to take the Punisher back from. Because it was kind of almost, excuse me, I'm just dropping out again. This is where they were doing like weird, like kind of Punisher Frankenstein type sort of things. And Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon came along and said, yeah, no, we're going to get the Punisher back to being cool, basically. So they did.
Fair enough.
And that was Welcome Back, Frank. And the Nucci family, which is the, when he...
see, the way you wrote that, I thought it was Nucky.
Nucky, yeah. It's the Nocky family.
Yeah.
With the Nucci family, from the very first episode, it's basically the card game that the worksite boys go and try to rob. They play a prominent part in the comics as well.
Cool as.
Excellent. So rate it or hate it?
Rate it, mate. Go out there, give it a watch. Maybe don't binge it. Maybe semi-binge it.
Semi-binge.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like 2-3 episodes a night.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also rate it, obviously, as I said before. Watch it. See for yourself. See what you think. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think, though. I know a lot of, there's been a lot of praise from people who actually, again, not necessarily critical praise.
Yeah.
But praise from the fans.
Yeah.
So
fans enjoy it.
And look, and I know we spoke about a few negative things and all that sort of stuff, but that's just more personal issues as to where I would have liked to see them take it. The show itself was actually, it was quite well done.
Troy, this is the internet, and if there's one thing I know, it's you are allowed an opinion.
Definitely.
Troy, that's going to take us to the end of the show.
The end of the show.
You know what? I almost said comic of the week.
Maybe one day again.
I reckon maybe we could bring like something back.
Yeah, we'll hash this out. I think we need to have some sort of like, we spoke about comics at the top.
Yeah,
like deal with that for a week. That'll tide you over for a little bit. But yeah, I got a couple more listener questions for you before we sign out.
What?
Yeah.
How many listener questions can we fit into one episode, Troy?
I'm going to try to fit in a couple more because they're pretty fun. All right?
Okay.
So this one's from Daniel. Now, there's no shortage of pop vinyls for cool nerd stuff, but there's still plenty of cool stuff they haven't released. What pops do you want to see released?
I want the Invisible Man.
Do you mean just the Invisible Man,
yes.
or do you want like classic monsters, like Universal monsters?
Yeah, that's the one I want. But I want him naked.
This got weird. This got way weirder than I thought it was.
And then I want Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
They have that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Nice.
That is a thing that exists.
And like, it sounds crazy, but I just want them to be like these translucent ones.
They are. That's exactly what they are.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've just blown your mind.
That's amazing.
I don't even know for myself, to be honest with you, because I love these things, but I know there's so many that have already been done.
Yeah.
So to actually
okay. Here's one.
Okay.
How about a Hulkbuster, but when you open it, there's another Iron Man one in there.
Oh, I don't mind that.
That would be pretty cool. Kind of like a Russian's doll thing.
Yeah, a Russian nesting doll. Yeah, I get that. That's not bad.
You can have that one for free.
Oh, damn. I got nothing, to be honest with you. There are plenty out there.
Mine were pretty great suggestions.
Yours were pretty great suggestions. This is from Chris. What's a crazy conspiracy theory you may not believe in but are very intrigued by?
I am totally loving this like whole flat Earth society shit.
Oh my God.
How amazing is it?
That is insane.
It's like ludicrous. But you know what? I love it because it's so ludicrous.
Yeah, okay.
If we have like any flat earthers out there, please email us.
Yeah, email us and tell us why you believe the Earth is flat. Mine, there's this...
Troy, have you never been to Asgard? That's flat.
That's flat. You know how the horizon's like a straight line? Anyway. Look, if you are a flat earther, I do apologize, but
fuck you.
You're next level. Mine is actually there's like this whole thing about like how we as humans are actually just part of a bigger simulation.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of like it's partly to do with some of the like Elon Musk was talking about some stuff, and it's not to say that we're part of a simulation. He was kind of saying that more that maybe there's some things that we can't quite. Like, we're not seeing the things the way they actually are because we don't see in the dimensions that need to be, like, that, you need to experience it.
Well, I guess that could kind of make sense because, you can't see all light.
Exactly.
So, there could be, like, another Troy here.
Yeah, you don't know.
That's only visible in UV.
Oh, damn.
I bet he's very white.
Oh, he is very white. This one's very white. But the other part of that is that the fact that like this right now, what we are in right now is just a simulation, and we are merely kind of like the pawns in somebody else's, almost like a Sims game, if you think about it like that. And if that's the case...
Oh my God, someone's just deleted the door.
It's kind of like... Yeah, I mean, my Sims controller then is telling me to tell you that that's a load of fucking bullshit, dude. But that's fine if that's what you want to believe in.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I really like that theory that we're not seeing in the right dimensions, or can't basically, our eyes aren't good enough, so they're trying to find ways to see in other dimensions.
Well, that's like an actual factual thing.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
Yeah. One more.
Okay, one more.
This is from Sarah. Now, most quotable shows, favorite quotes from said show, and would you wear it on a t-shirt?
Oh.
I'd wear just about anything on a t-shirt. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I remember How I Met Your Mother was very quotable for like everything.
Back in the day.
Fuck you, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
ruined it. Fuck you very much.
All right. Would you put that on a shirt?
Yeah, fuck you very much. How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
You reckon they'll wait?
Probably not.
No. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was like a pretty quotable show.
Yeah, more kind of Barney than anybody, though.
Yeah. I feel like this show can be pretty quotable.
Oh, my God. You would try to get a plug in, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Would you put that on a shirt? Yeah, you would. For me, it would be Dan Harmon's Community.
Okay.
I love that show. One of the most quotable shows, and pretty much every single character that's in it is highly quotable. And yeah, if you're going to put something like, I don't know, don't eat the crab dip, yay, yay, onto a shirt, I'd wear it.
What? Mate, the show that will top that is The Office.
Okay, yeah, that's probably quite quotable.
That's the most quotable show of all time. It's scientifically proven.
No, it's not. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
You're just not looking in the right dimension, Troy.
Flat Earth.
Come at me.
That's it. That's all we've got time for today. There were a couple others. I'm sorry we didn't actually get to them. Maybe next week. We'll try again next week.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows what we're doing next week. Episode 100. That's definitely going to happen. Could be me by myself.
Oh. How about we make that like... Let's do a lot of listener questions on episode 100.
So like an AMA.
Well, no, not an AMA.
Or an AMA. It's basically it's a listener question episode.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
No, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
It's not like it's easy content.
You are so slack. I like it. Hey, man, let's thank some people because these are the people that actually make the show what it is, which I'm sure they're very fucking disappointed in.
Maybe with you, but with me, they're over the moon.
Right.
Let's thank the listeners, subscribers, and reviewers. 100 by 100, Troy. We've got 1 week.
Well, actually, I was thinking about this because it's not entirely accurate, is it? Because 100 by 100 sounds like we're trying to get 100, like, 5-star reviews or something like that. You know what I mean? Is it like when I think about it, it's like we're trying to get 100 5-star reviews?
No.
In 100 episodes?
I want 100 1-star reviews.
We got one. We can get 99 1-star. Don't do that. Do not go and do that. You will kill us. Look, we're sitting on 89 reviews, so 11 to go in a week.
Look, if we get into the 90s, I'll be happy.
Okay. What I was going to propose, though, because out of that 89, not that I look at this stuff and I kind of obsess over it
or
anything like that. But it's like, so we're sitting on 82 5-star reviews.
Okay.
We've got 3 4 stars.
Okay.
3 3 stars. No 2 stars.
Oh.
And 1 star. Still don't know who you are, dude. Hit me up. But my point is, if you guys can get us to 85 5-star reviews, I'd be pretty happy with that. Because that'd also put us over 90.
Oh.
But it'd give us 85, which is a good number.
Oh, that's pretty good.
85 by 100.
Wow.
Hashtag 85 by 100.
Just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't. Where can people find us, man?
They can find us on Facebook. That's Comic Confidential Podcast. You can also find our listener community, which is also on Facebook. That's the Comic Confidential listener community, Troy. All you have to do is answer one simple question, and you're in, baby.
You're in. Just one.
Just one. We make it easy.
Yeah. I joined one today that I had to answer 3 questions for, and I'm like, what?
That's ridiculous.
I was like...
Who has that much time?
I was like, is this... what is happening? Here's my passport, sir, my birth certificate. Just let me in.
Yeah.
Let me in, goddammit.
This is my bank information.
Yeah. What else do you need?
Troy, we also have Instagram and Twitter. That's at ComicConPod, and everyone can reach us at all of those. You know what's one thing we have that we don't tell people a lot about?
It's in the show notes.
It's our email address.
Yeah, comicconpod@gmail.com. Send us an email. Some people do. It's very good to hear from you guys. We like to hear from you guys. We'll always reply.
We reply to every single one.
Every one, damn it. Painstakingly. No, it's not. It's not painstaking.
I like it.
That makes it sound like, it's a pain to do, but it's not. I just mean we painstakingly make sure that we reply to everybody. Is that a thing? It doesn't matter. Move on.
Wow.
There's a website.
That's comicconpod.com. Past episodes, future episodes, and everything in between. If you want the future episodes, you can get that at patreon.com/comicconpod. And Troy, we have a new Patreon supporter.
We do. A big shout out to Chris Barham. He gets future episodes now. Get into that, dude.
Lucky you, man.
Lucky you. Hey, Chris.
Actually, lucky us.
No, yeah,
Lucky us.
He has to listen to this shit earlier than everyone else. I don't know if that's necessarily what people
You know
want.
what? I'm going to get this episode out extra early for Chris.
Damn. Chris, this is for you, son. This is going to come to you on Friday night, I'm assuming. Maybe.
Yep.
Maybe early Saturday. He's looking at me weird.
Early morning. Maybe 1 a.m.
Maybe 1 a.m.
I did have a white Monster energy drink.
Damn.
This is not a paid promotion.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. 100% from the bottom of my heart. I love you, my man. It's people like you that help the show kick on and, you know, all that sort of stuff. That's it, man.
That's it. We're done.
Thanks for listening. As always, I am Troy.
And I'm Cade.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
Cheers.
Peace. Fucking nailed it. Apart from all the fucking mic dropouts.
That was
Not
me.
mic drops.
That was me just unplugging your microphone.
Like, oh my God, can you shut the fuck up, dude?
Oh my God, were you always this fucking painful?
It's like I had a fucking week off. It was the most pleasurable experience of my life. Man, fuck you, man.
Nah, man, I love you.
I love you too.
If you love this podcast, then head over to comicconpod.com to check out the other incredible shows on our network.
You can also support us on Patreon from as little as $1 a month.
You'll get early access to all our shows, plus secret supporter content that's not available to the public.
Head over to patreon.com/comicconpod to find out more.